If we were to state what the purpose of spiritual practice is, we might describe it as finding peace. It's of course true that this is not just the case for people who are on some kind of spiritual path or engage in a spiritual practice. This is also true for just all of us, all beings in general. We all want to find peace. And along with that, we want to suffer less. Because suffering, we imagine, is kind of the opposite of peace. We assume that suffering is on one side of the continuum of our experiences and peace is on the other side. We thereby want to move along this continuum to get more peace and less suffering. In an ordinary sense, we might do this by improving our life circumstances, getting a better job, having a healthy relationship, improving ourselves psychologically or physically. And of course, there's nothing wrong with any of that. People who are on a spiritual path, on the other hand, often try to use more subtle methods of improving themselves. They try to develop insights or states of mind which alleviate their suffering in some sense and therefore allow them to feel more peace. Again, there's nothing wrong with that either. But the assumption here is that peace, in a sense, is a kind of feeling. Maybe a warm, comfortable feeling in your body, but however we describe it, it is an objective experience, something we can direct our attention to, something the mind can fixate in a way, something that can be grasped and understood. If you want more of this relative peace, there's nothing wrong with that, as I said. But at the same time, if you're on a path of discovering your true nature, discovering what you really are, then you should be aware of something. This peace you will find is not this ordinary kind of objective peace, the peace of true nature recognizing itself, of being, discovering what it really is not at all a good feeling in your body or even a subtle feeling of peace in your mind. The peace of your true nature is an absolute kind of freedom. It is the discovery that what you really are is dimensionless, openness, pure awareness. It has no limits. It has no boundaries. It is, in some sense, a complete mystery. No labels can be applied to it. But nevertheless, it is absolutely real. I'm not talking about something inaccessible. Your true nature is simply that which is having this experience right now. Even to say that it is having this experience is wrong in a sense. Because true nature is not here on one side, and your experience is not there on the other side. It is more accurate to say that true nature is taking the form of this experience. This openness which you are is active, creative, it is moving. And the nature of this openness, which we really are, is to be free. And this freedom is an absolute kind of peace. It is not a relative experience that the mind can grasp. This peace, this freedom, is therefore not on this continuum of suffering and peace. No, this peace is the openness in which both the relative experiences of peace and suffering appear. This openness, which we really are, is taking the form, the shapes of these relative experiences. While it is true, of course, that as a result of this recognition, we tend to suffer less and have more of these relative states of peace, the point is not that. The point is the recognition of that which is always free, always open, defies any labels, since it is only true nature itself which recognizes this absolute peace. It means that there's no mind, no separate entity there present which could enjoy this peace. And this can come as a shock if previously you held the belief that you were a separate self, and you thought that as the separate self, you will, as a result of this recognition, enjoy this peace. It can come as a surprise to find that you as a separate self never even existed in the first place. And the peace that is the result of this recognition is not anything you, as a non-existent separate self, could enjoy. So be aware of the fact that if you believe that you are a separate self and you will one day come to the enjoyment of this freedom, of this peace, you won't. The illusion of separation and this peace don't coexist. So if you want more relative states of peace, this path might not be for you, and that's of course fine. In this openness which you are, only absolute peace can be found. I hope you enjoyed this exploration of the peace of our true nature. If you enjoy my work and you want to support me, check out the links in the description, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right here next time.